we know so little in general about what's in the ocean, which is so important to our survival. And if you looked at our planet from space, you would think it was a water planet. You wouldn't call it you wouldn't really think about the people on the land. You'd be like, oh, look at all the ocean. First of all, what do you do? What are you doing to restore the coral reefs? And how did you get started?
Yeah, I am a gardener, but not the usual kind of gardener. We are gardeners in the water. Um, and yeah, when I was 16 years old, I went surfing with my tiny boat with my little brother. We arrived to our favorite surf break, and for the first time, we were sitting on our surfboard waiting for all the cool waves to come, and I looked down at my feet, and for the first time in my life, I see all the corals were white. I will show you what a white coral looks like, but they normally they are colorful, And that afternoon on that surf break, all the corals were white, and uh, and so I told my little brother, I told my friends, guys, this is weird. I mean, normally the reef is pretty healthy, and now it has lost all its colors. And so I came back to my house, Maggie. I type on Google white coral, and they look like this. Let me grab a piece of white coral. That's beautiful, right? Because
Mhm.
it's even white. They are really pretty, but that's not normal. That's not the color of the corals. Normally, a coral like this is dying or is already dead.
Mhm.
But imagine you go on the reef and all the reef is white, and that's what I saw when I was 16 years old on that surf break. So I type on Google and I realized that this meant coral reef corals, they were stressed and they were dying, and already 25% of the world coral reef, they disappeared. But that was 10 years ago, when I was just a teenager, and 10 years after, we that figure has moved to 50%. So in a matter of 10 years, we moved from 25% of the world's coral reef vanished, like dead, to half of them worldwide. Half of the oxygen we breathe comes from healthy ocean with
Mhm.
healthy ecosystems. And coral reef, they are so key ecosystem. So I remember sitting on my chair at 16 years old and realizing that the fact that I'm losing my garden in front of my house, it it's a global issue. No reef, no ocean, no air.
So what did you start doing? Like, what is there to do?
So after I realized that I was losing the most important thing in my life, and that I look around me and nobody was really talking about it, like there were few scientists doing some work to understand what was going on, but my friends didn't know. Like we didn't really know how crazy it was to lose the rainforest of the sea. 3 weeks after I was still at high school, I met a marine biologist friend of my dad, and and he was planting corals. And he gave me my coral clipper, my tool. And so, long story short, after that, I was hooked.